that usually there are much older music producers and such with the money who are pulling the strings of young teenagers. So there is a wizard head with dinosaur coins, and they bestow special powers on teenagers to drive and save culture. It's deeper than you all thought, okay? Boom!
Where's Power Rangers Emmy? Give them their fucking Emmy now.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to Without a Straight Man. I'm Lou.
And I'm Maddie.
We are a queer comedic storytelling podcast without a straight man. Alrighty, so because we live in the United States of goddamn America,
Woo!
I went to the weed store today because I'm a medical patient. This is a legal transaction that transpired. There was aspire in here.
Not conspired. Conspired would be bad.
So I went, and when I went, I got a different strain than I had gotten the last 2 times. The last 2 times I got Cherry Burger, which was fucking amazing.
It was very good.
But it knocks you the fuck out. Like, you're done.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you're out.
over. It is fucking over.
Like, you're like barely alive. So I went in, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get something different today. I'm like, all right. Got hash burgers.
Yeah,
that's what I got today, and I was like, "That's a ridiculous name."
I love how it was Cherry Burger and now it's hash burgers.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm trying the burger family, whatever, the Burgermeister Burger family."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The Burgermeister Burger family of weed.
Yeah, the Burgermeister Weed Burger.
Anyway. Burgermeister Weed Farms.
Anyway, so while I was there, the person who was doing the transaction was like, "Oh, I love the taste profile of this one." And I'm like,
what kind of stoner shit?
What I say usually when people say shit is I'm like, yeah. And then I get out of the conversation as quickly as possible because that's not a stoner that I want to talk to.
No. As you listen, you definitely should get out of those conversations. Like, no. I love weed. I'm a connoisseur of weed.
Yeah.
I certainly have had weed that tastes good. But like anyone who's ever told me like, oh, this tastes like blueberry sunrise. The fuck it does. It tastes like weed. It tastes like good weed. But like it tastes like fucking weed. This isn't fucking wine, motherfuckers. Like we're not sipping.
So here's the deal. Here is the deal.
Yeah.
I will grant you that they all taste quite differently. And they all do have taste profiles. And there's a reason for that.
I guess, yeah.
However, here is my issue. I don't give a fuck what it tastes like. The first thing about something that I am smoking to kill pain and get high with, the first thing you don't say. When I get a pharmaceutical pill, the doctor isn't like, oh man, tastes great, goes down real smooth. No.
This cherry coating is to die for, honestly.
Like, when I used to get... Now, to be fair, when I was a kid and I used to get, liquid medication, I would always ask, is it the orange kind or the bubblegum kind? And they were like, no, it's the cherry kind. And I'd be like, oh.
That's because cherry medicine
tastes horrible.
It was awful.
Awful.
Like, I liked grape medicine. And
there was some good grape. But to me, orange and the bubblegum. When they would give me amoxicillin, the bubblegum flavor of amoxicillin.
The amoxicillin bubblegum was pretty good.
Jam ass fuck.
I love how we're talking about the
I'm
flavor.
Totally fucked in the gut because of it, but boy, I would have like the oh shit, it would be so good.
Dude, back in the day, they'd give you amoxicillin for everything.
They would.
Man.
They'd be pouring that shit in your mouth.
Mom, I have the stomach flu. Just pours amoxicillin.
Yeah, delicious. But anyway, listen, I'm an adult now, and I just want to get fucking high and not have ouchies anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't care if it smells like blueberry sunrise
and not have a fucking panic attack. Let's add that to the list.
Yeah, that's important. But it's just like I am in a medical establishment. This is not a recreational establishment. Why are you telling me about the taste profile? People, I'm sorry. I know people drink for the taste. Nobody on this earth smokes weed for the taste of weed.
No. Okay.
No one. There's not a person. Not a person.
I will grant you that there are some people who don't like to taste bad tasting weed.
Sure. Yeah, of course. For sure.
But that's different.
But
than,
I'll taste bad tasting weed if it gets me super high.
Yeah, for real.
Or it like makes me like leave my body.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
We will do it again.
But like if you got like 10% THC and you're selling it to me and be like, oh, but the taste profile is great. And I'm like, but will I get high? They'll be like, well, no, it's 10%. I'll be like, then I don't care.
But it smells like citrus raspberries.
But then if it's like, if you've got between 25 and 25 and you're trying to sell me, I guess then a taste profile, even then, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about it.
I really don't either. Like, I like to hear what the name of it is because I think the names
usually
are funny.
I'll pick based on THC and then I'll like search it to see like what its effects are, and then the last thing is the name.
Yeah.
I'm like, if the name is funny, then I'll pick that one.
Yeah.
If there's like a bunch.
Well, especially if there's like a bunch that are good.
Yeah.
You know, you got at that point you got to boil it down to the name.
Yeah.
But sorry, I'm like super high right now.
Yeah,
so, like,
you're having
my
a me
vision-
moment. You're having a
yeah.
me moment.
Is my eye twitching a little bit?
No, your eyes look fine, but
Okay.
like, is your vision like ah?
A little bit. Like I think
It's
like
the taste profile.
Yeah, hey man, this fucking taste profile.
It
killer.
tastes so good. It's making your eyes just like fucking.
It's
You're
just,
having an
oh,
orgasm, you know.
Like my eyes want to like droop down like this. And just like stay here, and I know that's the weed, but I'm like, dog, this is not the time. And like my light sensitivity's up a little bit, but like I need the lights to see because otherwise I'm blind as a bat, as we know. So like I'm just like, my dog, what are we doing here?
Love it.
Speaking of fucking weed taste profile, like, oh my goodness.
Oh man, I just no.
No, I just listen. If you're one of those stoners, like, you're fine. Keep listening to us, but also like,
but like
maybe
also-
just dial it down a couple notches, maybe. and
maybe don't.
just just maybe. Don't.
Maybe don't. I hope that person doesn't listen to this. Like,
No.
yo,
Like, if you're making edibles, fine.
yeah,
I want that weed taste to taste fine, I guess.
yeah.
Because it's gonna taste like weed, but like also, I don't care. I just like, I'm like you, man. I know, like, you know.
Does it do its job?
Does it get me high?
Yeah.
It'd be like if someone gave me concentrate and was like, oh, this dab, it's gonna taste great. It's gonna be fucking vapor.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna taste it. It's gonna be vapor in my mouth, and then I'm gonna go lay down on the fucking bed for
Yeah.
17 hours because I'm high.
Yeah, no. It's so stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's very dumb.
At least the prices are lowering.
Weed's dangerous, man.
It is.
Just people are dumb.
It's like me with my eyes like fucking.
Is that what happens like when you're in your room?
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to find something to watch, you're just
Dude,
like, eh.
sometimes I'll be sitting at the computer trying to play a game, and I'll be so high that I'll just be like drifting off. And I used to never do that, by the way. That's
to
a
be
new
fair, that
phenomenon.
happens to me all the time, but I've always had that
I'm
problem.
becoming, dude. I don't. Maybe it's the fucking estrogen. Then I have no
It's
idea.
probably okay. That might be what it is. No, for real though, because like, so a few nights ago, I was playing Stick of Truth, and I guess at some point I had paused it trying to like save the game, and I just fell asleep. So I woke up like hours later, and just the screen was on, and I was like, "Oops, oopsie daisies."
I think I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Actually, I do that now.
I had to be
too.
careful. Like, I can't play computer games like within a couple hours of going to sleep because I'll fall asleep at the desk.
That's the issue that I'm having
Yeah.
now too. And like fucking,
You've told me you've fallen asleep at your desk a couple times.
I literally, there was I don't know, I guess last week, fucking, I just nodded off for like a couple hours at my desk. And then there was like the other day where like if you heard me like, I don't know, like Wednesday maybe, like rushing out of here super late.
Yes.
It was because I sat in my bed for like 2 seconds. And then suddenly it was like 9:15, and I was just like, because I got to be out of here by like 9:30, and I was not dressed. My lunch wasn't prepped. I was like, oh well, I am fucked, ain't I?
Yep.
And luckily I wasn't because the weather was kind of shitty. So like,
Oh man, get that ice off my car Friday morning was awful.
oh yeah, it was not fun.
It was like on there.
Yeah. Like stuck in shit. Yeah, this weather in the state is awful. I know we bitch a lot about it, but fuck
Yeah,
the
I think like today the high is 50, so like that's good.
Oh, that is really
I like
good.
how we're talking about the weather.
I mean, listen, sometimes you gotta talk about the weather. We're in the Midwest, y'all, in case you're unaware. I think we've talked about that before, but... Oh, what?
It's going to be 73 days the next week. I'm going to come everywhere.
Oh, I'm going to walk, dude.
I am going to come.
Yeah.
I am going to see you come.
Yeah.
All capital letters.
I'm just going to be jerking off outside
Yeah.
in the warm weather. That's so nice. Oh, my God.
I'm going to go find a bush in the park. Okay.
I can actually, like, walk when I get
Weed's
off
dangerous.
work and shit,
See, man? Because we're just talking about the fucking weather.
Oh, listen, man. Listen, let me tell you how dangerous weed is.
How dangerous is weed?
So, like, all right, last night, you know, speaking of fucking sitting at your computer and shit, I was editing the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was just really high.
Yeah, you?
Oh, yeah.
Never.
I know it's surprising, but, like, I just was really high, and I'm like, all right, you need to stop for a second and go like, watch something. Go take
a break, yeah.
Yeah, go take a break. So pause it, I minimize it, and I go sit in my bed. And I'm scrolling through. Dude, I pop up every fucking streaming app, man. I go through Netflix, nothing. Go through Disney Plus, nothing. I scroll through fucking YouTube, can't find anything. And I'm
Nothing's
like,
tickling your fancy?
Nothing, man. Oh, man. So finally I pop up HBO Max, and I'm scrolling through HBO Max.
HBO Max.
And it's like, suggested for you. And it's usually like dumb shit that is... Dude, it does not understand me. To be fair...
No... I hardly ever use it, so that's
Yeah.
why it can't predict me very well.
My list is like ridiculous too right now, so like I understand they're having a hard time tracking me down currently. But dude, I don't even want to go over it. I went over it with you earlier.
Yeah.
But let's just say my list is very varied right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just going through, and it's like suggested for you, the Power Rangers movie. Have I ever told you about my love of Power
which one? Because I know
Rangers?
there's like 42 of them.
So the first one, the original, the
original
OG,
first one, so
yeah,
the
Mighty
95
Morphin
one.
Power Rangers.
Okay. Wait, so you watched that movie, the 1995 one?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, help me.
I watched the original. I was so high, man. I remember.
What was it, 25 years ago?
Yeah. No. Yeah. 25 years ago. Yeah.
Plus, 25 plus.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe 26 years ago. Because yeah, I remember watching it as a kid in the city. Like I still lived in the city when I watched this movie. Yeah. I watched this motherfucker, y'all, on like a 27-inch CRT television in my fucking shitty living room in our shitty apartment in the city. I remember it very well. So this show, I don't even know how to describe this show, man. Like I don't even know why I liked it necessarily because it's really silly. We'll have to like watch it sometime. I watch a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I would never suggest watching like a lot of it.
It is a 2-hour movie. Maybe if we do a commentary track.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's commentary worthy. It's so cringe. The show itself is so cringe because like okay, sometimes they're fighting and they like punch and then just like explosion happens and like the punch doesn't even land half the time and like they're fighting.
Is that where the Adam joke comes from?
Yes.
Is it really?
Probably.
Nice.
I would not be surprised, actually.
Okay.
That is kind of where that joke like originates in the internet in general, was Power Rangers was so just ridiculous with it. And every show kind of like Power Rangers was like it.
Okay, good to know.
Power Rangers was just, I mean, another time, y'all. We can't go into the full show,
Yeah.
but let's just say I put the movie on,
Okay.
and it's bad.
Okay, I'm shocked.
It's so bad that it's the most magnificent.
Oh, it's another one like that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't even go into anything too deep for you if we're gonna commentary track it. 'Cause
Okay.
we need to get your raw reaction.
Yeah.
But there's just a scene of a sexualized woman randomly placed in this movie for children, for tiny children, just randomly. And I'm like, oh, that's right. We're in the 90s. Back in the 90s, you could overtly sexualize women and get away with it easier than you can now, even though we still do it now. Oh.
Was it like one of the Power Rangers, or was it like just some
luckily
rando?
not. Luckily, not the teenage Power Rangers.
Oh, the Power Rangers are teenagers.
Canonically, yeah. I feel like by this point they were probably adults. But
okay, all right. So who was the woman? Like, what was her relation to the Power Rangers?
She was like a witch, I guess.
So she's the villain.
No, she helps them get their powers.
So she's a good witch.
Yeah.
Okay, so she gives them the powers.
Yeah.
But she has a sexy scene.
Her outfit is very okay. I'm trying to think of her name real quick. If you just look up Power Rangers movie, and then look up Owl Woman. I bet you could find her. Because I can't remember her fucking name, unfortunately.
I'm looking. All right, so Delucia?
Yes.
Delusa? Okay. That character doesn't have a thing. Oh, you're a cunt. Okay, all right.
But if you Google image search.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Oh!
So.
Oh, dear.
I'm like 4 years old. It's
Oh.
95. I'm 4 years old.
Oh, this chick got abs.
She does. She's very attractive. I just got to say. Very attractive woman.
Come on, give me a big version of this picture. Jesus, every subsequent clicking of the picture changes sizes, but not in a satisfying degree. It's upsetting. What you got going on here?
And she just like shows up in the movie dressed that way.
Oh my God, give me a big version.
Your face.
Well, like I get this other picture and it's like titties. So I'm like, well, give me a big version.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at this. I had like completely forgotten about it. It was so jarring at the time. Like, not in a bad way. Like I said, very, very attractive. But like, I was like, oh no. I hadn't seen this movie probably since I was like a kid. And I just was like, oh no. 90s, what the fuck?
Huh.
And she's like there to add like lore into the world basically last minute.
Okay.
She's kind of like that character from the Sonic movie, the mom character.
Ah, I see. So, interesting. Okay, so.
Yes.
Is it Gabrielle Fitzpatrick or Mariska Hargitay or whatever the fuck? I can't say people's names. Which one is it?
That is definitely her.
This one here?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, she the one that got the titties.
Weird, because like, no, it's the red-haired one.
Okay.
I don't know who the brunette is. I feel like they just like imposed her on the screen because like that's not in the movie.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Maybe a cosplayer.
I'm looking. I'm not.
Click on that picture. I can see the Power Rangers faces. I can tell you if that's them or not, because then I can tell you if it's a cosplay, because it's probably a cosplay.
Oh. Okay, so apparently there was a scheduling issue, and so there was another actress who was supposed to play that character.
What?
Yeah, and
So
it's the other chick, because the first chick had to go home for Christmas in Australia or something.
So the one with titties had to get taken
that
out.
sucks. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that had been what she'd grown up on? Them titties instead of them not titties. I mean, she had titties, but they were not titties. So
yeah, no, she
booba as I think it's. She got
the booba.
She got big booba.
She got the chi-chis.
The chi-chis.
I don't even know, man. I might have been a completely different person if I would have grown up on them titties. I might, you know what? I might have saw gender reassignment sooner. Like I might have started taking hormones.
I'm gonna start calling
sooner.
My titties my chi-chis.
My chi-chis. Yeah, that's in Japan. I think that's what that's like a word.
Chi-chis?
Yeah, chi-chi is a euphemism for titties. I know that because of anime. Only because of anime. Thank you, anime.
Yay.
Kinda.
Thank you, cross-cultural barriers being busted through.
But like also maybe like less pedo stuff. Please.
Yeah, please. Oh, goodness
Please,
gracious,
less pedo
please.
stuff anime. Yeah, no, man. I don't know what I would have done if I would have grown up on them chi-chis, though, for real.
Yeah.
Like, them chi-chis they're impressive.
They're nice. They're nice chi-chis.
But the one they got, still pretty, like...
Yeah, they still, like, that's really sexual.
The outfit. Well, it's even worse knowing that, like, they had the one with the titties before. Because, like, it was even more so.
Yeah.
Like, guys... This show is made for little children.
It's wild.
Calm
to me.
the fuck down, maybe.
It's really
And the show is not like that. Like the only I'm trying to think. Like the only other like main woman besides the Power Rangers who are all in these weird suits is Rita Repulsa, who's in like a full fucking dress and like regalia and shit. So like she's not like sexualized. So the show isn't really like that unless I'm forgetting something. Feel free to tell me.
Yeah, I don't
comments,
know.
I
I
guess,
did
guys,
not watch any of that shit. Yeah, that's fucking...
It's just wild to me, yeah.
How long did Power Rangers run, like, the show?
Oh, man. Like, Mighty Morphin? You'd have to look up just Mighty Morphin, I guess, because the series has been going on for a while.
Oh, it says only 3 seasons for the original.
Yeah, 3 seasons, and then I think Zeo took over afterwards. Then it was Space Command. And they were all technically connected, yeah, canonically.
Okay.
Through Zordon, the big floating head. He's a space wizard trapped in a time loop. Yes, I am not shitting you. This is real. I'm giving you lore, man. I'm giving you fucking lore.
And I say that now has a problem with stupid shit. That's some stupid shit.
You want to hear something even stupider?
Of course, always.
So he's this great wizard who can bestow power upon people, right? Using these magic coins that he found. Using the power of the dinosaurs. And you know who he bestows this power onto?
Yeah.
Not like seasoned warriors. Not like adults who could use it responsibly. He literally tells his little robot sidekick named Alpha. He tells him, and I quote, "Get me 5 teenagers with attitude." And that is how the series begins, everyone.
Okay.
Yep.
I gotta walk back.
Yes.
I gotta walk back.
Yes.
All right.
Walk it back.
So there is a wizard head stuck in a time loop.
Yes.
He's got magic coins made from dinosaurs.
Yes.
All right.
And robots made from dinosaurs.
And robots made. Okay. All right.
Which the coins power.
Okay. So we're gonna take a pause. We're gonna take a little.
Yes.
We're gonna stop. We're gonna take a pop a squat. We're gonna take a T to examine.
Right, popping it down,
this.
Doing a T pose.
You see what I meant, but that's the perfect response. Thank you. Okay, so back to this thing. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I just can't. All right. I'm not. Okay. You know what? This is Conspiracy Corner.
With a K.
Because, all right, I think Power Rangers is actually way deeper than it actually is. Everybody stay with me here.
Okay. This is probably a lot more fun than the Hitler one.
Hopefully. All right, so you're telling me that there is a wizard head
Yes.
stuck in a time loop that has magic coins made from dinosaurs. Okay.
Yeah, it has the power of dinosaurs.
Oh, wait, hold on. It has the power of dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's confusing. I don't know if they're made from dinosaurs, stolen from dinosaurs. The show doesn't really go
Dinosaur
into it.
is infused with the coin.
Yes.
You know what? I received some toys in a Burger King Happy Meal, and they just suddenly made a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Power Rangers, the movie probably had come out because I believe Burger King had the toys. Because I got...
They were in these like little gray thing with like a red floppy, and it had like 2 gold coins with dinosaurs on them, and I liked them because I liked dinosaurs growing up, but did not know they were related to the Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah. It's probably the movie.
So, all right. So the people who, like old money in America is oil barons. Oil is made from dinosaurs.
Yes.
All right, that's a metaphor.
Okay.
Right? So we're putting that metaphor over here.
That's okay.
That's a metaphor. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And it's bestowed upon them from a wizard head stuck in a time loop. So that's God, because God represents tradition and traditional values. Okay?
Zordon does have big God vibes. Let me tell you, he's a big tube.
All right.
And he's a floating head.
All right. And then we all know now, thanks to many, many shows on the subject, that a lot of times when it comes to pop culture, like really popular pop culture, like Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus and shit like that, that usually there are much older music producers and such with the money who are pulling the strings of young teenagers. So there is a wizard head with dinosaur coins. And they bestow special powers on teenagers to drive and save culture. It's deeper. It's deeper than you all thought. Okay. No. Boom.
Where's Power Rangers Emmy? Give them their fucking Emmy now. Power Rangers is the deepest goddamn show to have ever been created. Yeah, Twin Peaks. Fuck yourself. X-Files. I mean, you weren't even in the running. Fuck yourself. Breaking Bad. Fuck yourself. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, #1, bitch. Just the parallels you just drew there. I'm so impressed. I have to say, like, I don't even know. Lou,
I ain't a dead name for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I love you.
That's some wild accusation drawing. But as soon as you said, like, my
Dinosaur
brain
coins.
immediately, because, like, as soon as you said that there were these
they
coins
do
made
pilot these dinosaur mechs. Now, here's the thing. Now, you could argue, Lou, that there is some socialism in there because inevitably, in every episode of the show and the movie, every episode ends the same. All of them have to come. Oh, and they're multicolored, by the way. They all have a different color.
It's a conspiracy.
So the multicolored teenagers. So the old money. So George Soros. So, okay, George Soros in a tube is using his dinosaur money. I actually don't know where George Soros' money comes from. I'm just going to say dinosaur money. Using his old dinosaur money to build these robots, to have children pilot the dinosaur robots. And then they have to ultimately come together to make one giant robot, so socialism. So actually, George Soros is trying to enable socialism in the country. Fucking, it's proof positive. Sold. It's done. Call Alex Jones. Let him know. It's over. It's George, you're done.
You know what? Somebody called George W. Bush because we need a banner. Mission accomplished.
Mission fucking accomplished. Oh my god. I forget that your light doesn't work.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I forget that. Yeah, another reason why you probably want to get the yeah, no, I cut this all out, Adrian, later, but like I just had to sorry, I had to say something.
I just oh man. Yeah, so I'm a genius.
You're a genius.
I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Someone in a studio should hire me. I could write the best movie ever.
Yeah, I agree. I think you could.
Yeah.
I
need someone to find me a doctor to get me the right ADHD medication so I can focus longer than 5 minutes to write something.
We'll see, Lou. How can we tell if it's the ADHD or the marijuana?
Oh yeah, I don't know how you
who knows?
tell.
No one.
No one.
No one at all. It's impossible.
Okay.
Even though it's not. No. So yeah, I don't even know, man. I just Power Rangers, man. Fucking Ivan Ooze. It's a guy named Ivan Ooze. That's all I'm gonna say. Ivan Ooze is the main villain.
Ivan Ooze.
It's a really wacky movie. I watched the whole fucking thing. I literally sat and watched the whole goddamn thing. And let me tell you, it was worth every goddamn second. It was, dude, it's so bad that it's actually fantastic.
That's amazing.
It's friendship. And then, one character is trying to flirt with another character, which I swear he was explicitly brought in as a character to do in the show because he didn't exist in the initial run.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, when you're a kid in the 90s, you only have so many shows to really, so many staples. So, I didn't really have, I had cable for a short period of time, but, I didn't really have cable.
Yeah.
I had to rely on, Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Remember that when that was a thing?
Yes, I do.
It's Fox Kids, CW11 Kids, whatever the fuck that was. WB Kids, excuse me.
WB, yeah.
Oh, WB was great.
I did like WB.
And WB ran for, a minute. I think it started at, 2 p.m. and it would run until about, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which was later than almost any other kids program
Yep.
that ran on basic television. And then of course the classic PBS.
Yep.
So I don't know, I grew up on Barney.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers,
Sesame Street.
all the staples. Then whenever Arthur came out,
Yep.
that was the shit.
That was your jam. That was your jam.
Dude.
Jam.
Oh man, I can't speak for I know Arthur's run for 5 billion years at this
25
point.
25 years. 25 seasons.
Holy shit,
25
man.
seasons.
So the majority of my life,
yes,
holy fuck.
Yes, the majority of your life.
Oh my god. So yeah, 25 years. I've only really seen I guess the first maybe 5 seasons,
Fair.
4 mostly.
Yeah.
Really watched the shit out of the first 4. And then I saw a couple, but that show, man, it really it was good. It really shapes morality and shit. 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's going on, dude. That's fucking wild. 25 years.
So I'm gonna have you watch the finale before we get talking about it, because I'll just kind of explain to you what's going on. So
do we want to pause the episode or?
Do you want to pause recording and then stitch them together, or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Unless do you want me to my reaction to it or?
Yeah. I mean, it can't hurt. I don't know. What do you think? Depends on how much editing you want to lift out and stuff and all that.
True.
Because this ending part is only 3 minutes, and I don't even think it's even that long. So it's just gonna be me giving you context.
The only thing is we didn't segue into the finale really well.
Okay, I know. That's fine. We haven't started talking about it yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to show you this before we started talking about it.
I guess that's why I was asking if you wanted me to cut it out or not, since we weren't talking about it yet.
Cut out.
Me
Oh,
watching
because I
it.
thought we were going to segue into it here pretty soon since you brought it up.
We
so
will,
I
we
wanted,
will.
Yeah, so I wanted you to see it before.
Yeah, no, we can. No.
Okay.
Sorry, I think I'm confusing the waters here. I was just asking if you wanted me to keep this in editing or not.
Yeah, I'll see why not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. If you don't care about lifting it out.
Yeah, I'll listen to it and see what it's like.
Yeah, there. Okay, so basically the librarian gave Arthur the wrong book. And so
Is that a different librarian or?
Yeah, this is a different librarian than the one who she gave him the wrong book.
Okay.
It's still the same librarian it's always been.
Oh, okay.
But this is like another dude. The guy convinces him to keep this how to draw book. And this is like where they found the creepy octopus game that told them what they were going to be when they grew up.
What
it was
the fuck?
silly. Yeah, it was really silly.
I like the colors. The animation's very different in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Arthur! Sorry I'm late. I had all these stories to read. Hey, you'll never...
Bloaty face. He has no neck.
Well, with you as a teacher...
I guess none of them have necks, but
You get an F, Arthur.
Francine.
Can I put one of these up? Sure.
Francine, you've aged roughly. Like fucking.
Ew, those
Francine just looks rough, dude. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Francine's face.
You get so much exercise running a company...
She looks wrong.
This is a no parking zone.
Yeah, that's. Listen, that's.
DW, it's me, Bud. Bud Compson?
I don't know who the fuck Bud is.
I don't know who that is either,
Yeah, it's
but
gotta be a character.
DW the cop was like the big one.
That's perfect. Yep, okay. I expected that. I was waiting for that.
Graphic novel. What are you...
Because Arthur was clearly always a stand-in for Mark Brown. It's cute. It's
Oh, why did I close that?
definitely not like heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Very cute though. Very sweet. I think it's made for I think anyone could watch it and be like, that was cute.
So we were talking about PBS, and you were talking about like all the PBS shows that you had watched and all that, and I showed you part of the Arthur finale.
Yes, which
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about until very recently.
Yeah, I didn't know they were ending it either until like this week or last week.
Yeah, they just kind of like announced it out of the blue, and they're like,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
And they wrapped it up super fucking quick.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, it's about time. How many kids were still watching it at this point?
I don't know. They get consistently like 1 or 2 million views on on
Really?
the YouTube share.
Shocker,
Yeah.
man. Okay, well, fucking excuse me. I might be wrong. I don't know. I guess maybe the team was just felt it was time creatively to stop. Maybe Mark Brown was just done.
Yeah, it actually, you talked about like Mark Brown being like Arthur being a stand-in for Mark Brown, and I was reading this Hollywood Reporter interview, and that's what he said. He's like, oh yeah, Arthur was always kind of supposed to be. I feel like, I am Arthur.
I've always felt that way. You would see him occasionally. So like you watched Arthur growing up, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
So you remember they had these little in-between segments in between the episodes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where the kids would talk and
Yes.
shit. Sometimes they would just have Mark Brown.
Oh, okay.
Either in those or right at the end of the episode, like show people how to draw.
Oh.
And like talk and shit. And I always just got the vibe based on how he would talk about his characters that like that was kind of how he viewed like Arthur was him, and then maybe he knew a Francine in his life because clearly Francine always was like a weird romantic stand-in
Yeah.
for
okay.
Arthur. So
See,
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna ask you something.
Yeah.
Francine and Muffy. I got lesbian vibes from.
Me
that.
too. Well, especially just how Can we just talk about how Francine looks for a second? Like, not to be this person. Francine just. I think it's the eye makeup. Maybe Francine just looks weird to me.
Yeah.
Like the design, she just looks rough.
She does not look. She looks older than
She
the
looks
rest
like
of
an
the,
older, tired lesbian.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. Listen, if that's the direction that Francine goes, like her and Muffy are like eating each other's Muffies, like I'm fucking cool with that. Like totally down if that's the direction.
Yeah.
They're adults, guys. Keep in mind.
Yeah, this is like 20
I'm
years.
not talking about the children versions of these
No.
characters before anyone fucking starts typing pedo in the fucking comments.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So,
no.
yeah, no, it just I mean, I'd be down that direction. To me, perfect direction. You go Polly, you go Francine. No. Arthur, Buster, Francine, and Muffy all in a fucking 4-way poly relationship. That's how you do it. There you go. I just solved the problem, even though there was no problem.
There
at all.
wasn't any problem.
The Arthur problem that didn't exist. I solved it.
I have good news. You don't have to worry about it being the end, though, because there are plans.
Oh no.
Arthur-
Spinoff.
Arthur creator Mark Brown and executive producer Carol Greenwald talk final season hopes for feature film with John Legend.
So here's the thing. I'm fine with them getting a film.
The
I
entire
guess.
reason why I wanted to talk about this was because of that.
The John Legend thing is weird.
I don't understand.
I don't really get the John Legend.
I
thing.
don't either. It must be something that like we're not familiar with the connection.
I get them wanting a movie. I mean, they've been on the air for 25 fucking years.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually really surprised. I know Arthur's gotten like straight to DVD movies.
Sure.
But like, yeah, I guess it is kind of weird that Arthur has been on and has been consistently getting a ton of views and like hasn't gotten its own movie yet.
Yeah.
Like that is a little weird when you think about it.
I mean, has there ever been like besides Fred Rogers biopic, has there ever been a PBS original programming movie?
Shit, I don't know because I don't think Sesame Street's got
No,
any movies.
that would be the only one I could think of.
Which to me, well, okay, that's not true. The Sesame Street did get a movie. I just don't know if it was released in theaters because Big Bird had a movie. I don't remember what it was called now, but I do like remember there being like a Big Bird movie and stuff. And I know like Barney had a bunch of movies, but I don't think any of those were like probably in theaters. Although maybe they are. Let me look.
Oh, actually, you know what? There is one. Elmo and Groucho Land. The Adventures of Elmo and Groucho Land.
I remember
I
that.
remember that. That was a pretty big movie at the time. Yeah, so I guess that one would be it. But yeah, Arthur, I think, would be like
next in line, you would
Yeah.
think, as far as like popular shows
yeah,
go.
because that's like a PBS staple. Everybody knows Arthur.
Yeah, especially from our generation, in the younger, like us and younger generations.
Yeah, I would say the three big PBS shows are Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street, and Arthur.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I remember Cyber Chase was a big for a while. I never watched
never
Cyber
seen
Chase,
that.
but I remember that was popular at least. It was on for a long time.
Yeah.
Really, I know that because it would be okay. I remember this. The block would start at 3:30. It would be Cyber Chase. Then at 4 and 4:30, it'd be 2 episodes of Arthur, and then it'd be 1 episode of Zaboomafoo.
Zaboomafoo. I never watched it, but I was familiar with it.
I would watch Zaboomafoo. I never watched Cyber Chase.
Yeah, I never.
But I did like Zaboomafoo. It was just, I don't even remember it if I'm being super honest.
Yeah, I don't.
like it's a blur to me, but it had like a talking lemur, I think. in
Yeah, I
it.
remember the lemur.
And it
He had like a
two-
rainbow tail, right, or
Yeah,
something?
Yeah, 2 guys who I just assumed were gay who were not. I think they're brothers actually.
Doesn't mean they're not gay.
True. When I was a kid, I just assumed they were a couple. I just assumed. I did that a lot when I was a kid. I just assumed people were gay who weren't. Still do, kind of. But you're wishful thinking, I guess. But I just remember that. And then it would be the PBS Nightly News immediately after. Like, just drop
Oh my
right into the
God.
news. Yeah, it was so weird. As soon as the kids' block ramped up, it was right into the news, baby.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and by that point, I would be switching over to something else. Usually, like around that time, Comedy Central would be playing good shit, or TNT.
Yeah,
or
usually
TNF.
by that time, yeah.
TBS, I think, actually.
Yeah, I used to watch, after the news, I would usually watch whatever was on prime time and then Nick at Night until it was time to sleep.
Yeah, especially around like 7 o'clock, Nick at Night would just get so good there for a minute.
I was usually watching prime time in that time slot.
That's fair.
I didn't start watching Nick at Night until after the 10 o'clock news usually.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, Clay. That's fair.
But
man.
only in the summer because I didn't stay up that late during
Yeah.
the school year.
So, yeah, I would usually clonk out by like 9 or 10.
Yeah, so during the school year usually I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
sometimes, depending on what day it was, Nick at Night would start at 7, I think.
Yeah.
And then usually I think it was, I don't remember what it was, though. It was some oldie show that I liked a lot. I think that's why I would watch it at 7. It must have been like I Love Lucy or something, right? Because I loved fucking I Love Lucy.
Maybe?
I was a big hoe for I Love Lucy as a kid.
I never watched the show myself, but was it on at that time? I can't remember.
But yeah, no, the Arthur finale.
I was gonna say,
we
hey,
drifted
everybody,
off a little
come
bit.
listen to Without a Straight Man. We're like, what time? What did we watch at 7 o'clock when we were 8?
We have ADHD, so we actually kind of remember that shit weirdly
Yeah.
enough. Some of it.
Yeah.
Like I remember in the summer they would do this weird like rotation big block thing where they would just show you like a specific show a night. Do you remember that at all? It was like called like the
Yes.
summer block party.
Yeah, yes, I do remember.
I
this.
remember weird shit like that.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
I remember like it was the Cartoon Network had like every Friday had like a weird like it's like a pretend cartoon host would host. Like,
Oh
a
yeah,
cartoon
yeah.
block. And that was always cool. I was obviously just the programmers doing it, but when
Yeah.
I was a kid, I thought it was the
Yeah, it
neatest
was
thing.
it was clever. It
Yeah,
appeared that
it's
way to me anyway.
Interactive. But yeah, no. So just getting back to Arthur real quick.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't expecting it to have a finale. It was good though.
Yeah, it was very
seemed
cute.
Like we watched the ending.
Yeah, I showed you like the last like 3 minutes where it shows like what they all wound up as or whatever.
Yeah, and it was cute. Arthur is Mark Brown.
Yes.
Francine is possibly a lesbian, possibly in a poly 4-way with fucking
Oh
Arthur
my
and
goodness.
Buster.
Oh my goodness.
Who knows?
Nobody knows.
Only the fan fiction authors know. I'm joking. Don't. I know there probably is. I haven't
Don't.
looked it up, but please don't, guys.
Don't.
Leave Arthur alone.
Don't.
Arthur's the one thing that I don't ever
Are you
want
the Chris Crocker of Arthur? Like,
Yeah.
leave Arthur alone.
Arthur is the one time that I'm like, I don't want to look it up because I
Yeah,
don't want to
don't.
know.
Don't.
I don't need to know if
I
there's
don't
any
need to know
Arthur
that.
fan fiction because I
Nope.
know there is, and I just don't want to
Yeah,
know.
just don't. Yeah. So
Don't, guys.
we got Muffy running for mayor.
Binky is a weather
Report person. Yeah.
Weather person.
Yeah.
Fucking, he has brown hair on his head now, which is funny to me. He just grew hair.
Yeah.
I guess being an adult, somehow you grow
What
hair.
is he?
What do you mean?
Because like all of them are animals.
Oh, he's a bulldog.
Bulldog. Okay.
Yeah, he's a bully bulldog.
Oh.
And Mark Brown is like not super clever, but he's somewhat clever. He has some clever ideas. The cleverness of Mark Brown is how he's able to take these mundane things and
Yeah.
make them very fun and interesting.
What's
to
Muffy?
watch. Oh fuck! Can I be honest with
Francine?
you? I have no fucking idea. I assumed, dude, you're asking the real questions here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just assumed Francine was like an aardvark, like fucking.
Oh, she might be. They might all be. I don't know.
Because Buster's.
They don't look the same
Buster's
though.
no, they don't. Now that you mention it, what is Francine? Arthur. Yep, that's like didn't take me long to get that pulled up. Oh, she's a monkey. Okay. Anthropomorphic monkey. Yeah, that seems like, I don't know, that seems kind of, you know what, I'm just gonna assume the best in that situation and not take it any further than that. I have questions. I have some questions though. I am concerned about that.
I feel like they'd already be in trouble if that was a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Listen, I'm white. I'm just gonna assume the best, and like if listen, if black people aren't making a big deal of it, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make a big deal of it.
I think that's probably the best.
Okay, let me see here. I want to see. I'm gonna list the animals off here. I want to know what all of them are now. Potato, what?
Potato.
Is this a quiz? I don't want to take a fucking quiz. I thought this
You
was...
definitely want to take a quiz.
Oh my god, it is a quiz. What animal is Arthur? Is he a hamster, a bear, a gerbil, or an aardvark?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna like... Sue Ellen... Okay, so Sue Ellen is a cat, apparently.
Okay.
Which I guess... It doesn't make sense, but I guess it kind of does.
So Muffy and Francine are both monkeys.
Okay. This is fucking...
Alan, or Brain, is a bear.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Cat girl. Oh,
Prunella is a
dear.
rat. Is this we're just going through the list.
It is. We are.
Well, like I've never thought about this shit before.
I don't
if I'm
ever
being
think about it
super
either. I
honest.
never thought about it before.
Oh, the Temple twins are bears.
Besides, like, just like Arthur's an aardvark, and obviously
Yeah.
Buster is a rabbit or a
It's
bunny or whatever.
the only species that are ever talked about in the entire series,
Yeah.
as far and then
Which
Ratburn being a rat.
Yeah, there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's probably a reason
well,
for that.
okay. I know you didn't really seen the series of Dragon Ball Z.
No, I have never
But
seen
like in
that.
Dragon Ball, all the Saiyans, this alien race, they're all named after vegetables. Yeah, Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and Bardock. They're all named after vegetables.
Why?
Because the creator, Akira Toriyama, is a weird man. He is a very strange person. I have no idea why I be honest with you, zero fucking idea. I don't know if he's ever fully explained why he picked vegetables, but he did.
I think you should. I'm actually gonna find him now, and I'm gonna.
I have a feeling he would probably tell you. He used to do a Q&A in his manga, where he used to just answer questions for people. It was pretty chill. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Interesting.
He's an interesting guy. He's a very weird, creative motherfucker. He makes very odd choices, and I love him. And he's lazy as shit, which I love even more.
That's fair. So you talked about your childhood. You're watching Arthur
I did,
and
yeah.
Power Rangers.
I did pretty normal, I'd say, as
Yeah.
far as like media goes.
It's weird, but all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
like overly sexualized, weird Power Ranger person.
Yeah, I guess that
and-
was like probably one of the more weird
Yeah.
things. I watched a lot of old media, like I Love Lucy,
Yeah.
Gilligan's Island, but nothing.
I watched some of
super
that too.
fucked.
Yeah, I liked Gilligan's Island. I never liked I Love Lucy that much. I found her too irritating.
That's fair. She could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. And
She-
I also found like the dynamic between her and Ricky very fake, and I just hated it.
Yeah, it's looking back, it's pretty.
I was just like, nobody acts like this.
No. And honestly, Ricky should just divorce the fuck out of Lucy. Lucy is dead weight as shit. Like, Ricky should just be done as fuck with Lucy. I feel like Ricky just. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Ricky deserve better.
Yeah,
Like,
Ricky. No, yeah, Ricky definitely deserved better.
I literally-
Ricky
I
should have threw Lucy to the fucking side, man. Like I was about to say, the only way I would think that Ricky needed Lucy is like maybe like the. He might have needed a green card. I don't even mean that to sound like bad as it did, but it's the 50s back then.
Yeah, it is the 50s.
And he's I believe he's Cuban in
yeah,
the show.
I think so. Yeah.
So like I'm assuming he immigrated from Cuba. So maybe I don't know if canonically in the show he was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
assume the show probably didn't touch on that.
No.
And if it did, like it probably didn't touch on it well.
No.
So, but Ricky
No.
should have definitely divorced the fuck out of Lucy
Yeah.
multiple times. Like
42
Lucy
times.
would fuck everything up. He's a hardworking man, had his band. Like he should have got with the old man. No, the old man was shit too. He hated his wife. He was kind of an asshole. Let's not harp on I Love Lucy. But yeah, normal childhood. What were you watching? You watched some Arthur. You watched Nick at Night. You said.
Oh, well, you know, I had the Dick Van Dyke Show and I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, I did watch some of that.
But a really big staple in our house was the show Married with Children.
So you told me about this show
Yeah.
in the past. So I didn't really watch it growing up, but I did watch.
Yeah, most people didn't. At
I-
least people my age.
Yeah.
did not.
So I did watch some episodes when I was living at Dad's house.
Yeah.
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last year?
That was 2 years ago.
Holy fuck! 2 years. That's right. Oh my god. 2 years ago. That's exciting. When I was living at Dad's house over the summer, I had gotten an opportunity to
Yeah.
watch a few episodes, and I got to watch later seasons, which apparently are like.
Much worse.
Yeah.
Which are the seasons that I mostly grew up watching.
Yeah, I definitely not child appropriate.
No.
Because I saw a couple earlier episodes which were fine.
Yeah.
Like they weren't great, but they weren't like horrible.
Yeah.
But dude, I saw some season 8 episodes, and let me tell you, that shit was rough. I felt so bad for Bud,
Oh, yeah.
the poor baby. Just everyone was so mean to him.
Oh, yeah. Bud was my favorite character.
I understand. He's a weird, sexually repressed sweet baby. Very weird though. But I love weird, so it's fine.
Yeah. Right? So, you sent me a video. You sent me a video by Jose. I think
Yes.
is the name of the creator.
Yes, on YouTube.
And it was how Al Bundy became an icon, a Married with Children retrospective. And yep,
What'd you think about it?
it was really good. I mean, it does definitely encapsulate a feeling that, like, because I was rewatching that pre-mental breakdown situation in October 2020.
I remember you went through like almost all the seasons.
Yeah,
think.
I made it to like season 6 or 7, like when stuff starts to get like
Rough.
really rough.
Oh, I do remember because you had to stop at some point.
Yeah, I think I stopped in like the middle of season 7. I think I just couldn't go any further. Just couldn't.
Understandable.
Just couldn't do it.
If season 8 is any indicator on how the rest of it was going, it was getting rougher and fucking rougher.
And
man.
the other thing is too is like I had already seen pretty much most of the episodes post season 7 when I was growing up, so I was familiar with where the show was going. Whenever they would play the older episodes in syndication, I would get excited because there was so few that I had seen. Because I'd mostly only seen like the older episodes, or like the later episodes.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, I grew up in a household that was kind of similar to that household. And when it's treated as like a joke, you don't always understand. I think I've stated that before on this podcast, maybe. But like satire for young minds isn't always the best if you don't have critically thinking or educated parents or educated parents.
I mean, a good example is I grew up in a household very similar to the Roseanne household, where our like financial situation was constantly being threatened, and it was a joke in our household, and that did have repercussions as an adult on me. So like that shit does have an effect because you don't even realize the ways it's going to have an effect as a child. Like you don't know, but like as an adult, like not taking shit serious can be a fucking problem.
Yeah. Mine was the neglect, like just like the obviousness of which, like my parents peaked in high school and they don't give a shit about me. That was like the
Yep.
prevailing thing.
Because it's played as a joke.
Yep.
It's a laugh.
Yeah.
You get a laugh track each and every time.
Yeah.
And the live audience is fucking horrible people.
Yeah.
Like, they need to fucking... Honestly, the government needs to arrest those people. Like, fucking, like... Like, no, man. Like,
The government needs to arrest
I-
the people who are in the audience of Married with
if
Children.
fucking for real, because like, let me tell you, shit like Full House, like it's mostly candle after, right? Am I wrong about that? Like at a certain point, Full House just feels like it's
yeah, I
candle
think
after.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So like Full House, you know, you're not harming. No audience is being harmed.
No, probably
Like
not.
no one's brain is really being harmed by watching Full House. It's not great.
No.
You might stagnate a little bit, but like you're certainly not going to be harmed. And my only issue with Married with Children is it's just like it's the show is clearly satire, but the audience makes it not satire at a certain point, right? Am I wrong about that?
I would say so. At a certain point, Al's behavior is rewarded and egged on by the audience instead of being like, ooh.
Yeah, like condemned.
Yeah.
And
That's like the biggest problem is that like the things that he would say that were very harmful, people would be like, yeah, that's awesome, instead of being like, ooh.
Yeah. It seemed like the audience was full of like this sexist like fat shamers at a certain point. Not saying that everyone was, obviously, but just like they were feeding into it in a certain way. It's just like, is concerning, I guess, to a degree. Like if you're laughing at it because it's like satire and you're getting the joke.
I think a lot of it is like a lot of people saw themselves in Al Bundy, and so they wanted Al Bundy to succeed, you know?
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's I think at the end Jose really sums it up, which is I'm here, what are you going to do about it? kind of attitude, which is, I mean, that's a lot of people in America who feel they've been quote unquote left behind. People who choose not to evolve, don't know how, the resources aren't there. It's those people like Al Bundy.
True.
And there's a lot of Al Bundys out there.
There is an unfortunate amount of Al Bundys out
Now
there.
they're just incels, that's what we call them.
Yeah. True. We do shame them more now, at least publicly.
Yeah.
Obviously, like there's still like hidden avenues that they can do. But like, if you publicly are an Al Bundy, you do get the fuck shamed out of you now, which I can at
hope
least
so, yeah.
appreciate it to a degree. It depends on the audience
Yeah.
you're in, obviously. But yeah, that was kind of like what I picked up from watching it too. Is just like, I just thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Like I didn't mind the audience was laughing, but it just seemed like they were laughing in the wrong way.
I remember growing up thinking, like, because to me growing up, the show frames him as the hero, but like I'm not an Al Bundy, I'm one of the other people. And so like the show almost teaches you as one of those people, you know, to kowtow to that main character, you know? And I don't know. It's complicated. It's complicated, I guess, but
No, I can understand how you would come to that conclusion, actually.
that is a conclusion that I drew when I was young.
It's easy to draw based on the show
Yeah.
if you don't have the understanding, especially.
And I didn't have all the education necessarily or the tools to really move past that for a really long time.
And I'm sure your parents didn't provide
No.
anything
No.
to help that out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a tough line that media has to walk, because it is up to the parents, but what do you do when people who shouldn't be parents decide to be parents and then they're bad parents? What's it for those people?
Yeah.
Like, do they not count?
Do those people just get left behind kind of thing?
Yeah, even if they're willing to do certain work, like you and I, do we still count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon. I feel like I said, like, in many ways, like I feel like Roseanne like was a very positive thing in my life, but also like, I don't know, man. It's hard because it's like, where is the line? Where do you draw? Because if you can't rely on the parents, then what is the responsibility of the media, and how much responsibility should be on the media when it shouldn't be media's responsibility to raise kids?
Yeah.
But like, you also know that it's gonna have to at a certain point. Like, I don't know. It's a weird place because it's not their responsibility, but also like it kind of is when you reach that many people.
How about it's not necessarily the media's responsibility to cater to children, but it's not just children who have the problem. I think it's media's responsibility to condemn certain behaviors and not condemn certain behaviors or reward certain behaviors, but I don't exactly know who decides who's the arbiter of where that line is. And so I don't think it can ever be one that's really written down because it would constantly be changing. So I don't know. I don't know what the exact solution is, but definitely going from like Al being like someone you laugh not necessarily at, but like you laugh in a more relatable way as opposed.
Like laugh with them.
Yeah, I guess like you laugh with them instead of like before like season 5, because I think that's where Jose. I think I think you're laughing with him in an empathetic sense in the first 5 seasons, and then I think you're laughing with him in like a what's the word? Like you're still laughing with him, but that laughter is you and him laughing at someone else. Like you're not laughing at a third party in the first 5 seasons, but you're now suddenly you and Al are bonded and you're laughing at the world because they have to deal with you existing kind of thing. I think I'm making sense, but like
No, I do get what you mean.
Yeah, but
First 5 seasons, it's not necessarily you're
not laughing at him and not even like with him necessarily, but you're like, "Oh yeah, man." Yeah.
It's like he's telling your story and you're like, "Oh my god, man, that's fucked up," but you're laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like you're not condemning, but you're like
Like,
not
holy shit, I
you're
can't
not
believe this
condemning
had
either.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're loosely condemning, I
Yeah.
guess. And then
You're like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't do that, but I mean, kudos to you for having the balls or whatever, you know.
And then afterwards, the audience is leaned fully in.
Yeah.
And they are with Al
They're like,
Bundy.
yeah, man, fuck with that
Yeah.
person.
They're laughing directly with Al Bundy.
I guess
at that other
what it
person.
is the audience goes from being the casual friend to listen to the devil on your shoulder, egging you on to do it. You know, that kind of thing. Which is no good.
No.
Which is just no.
I also feel bad for the actors that had to deal with that afterwards because I know it definitely affected some careers.
Yeah, I know, like, I think Jose said that, like, Christina Applegate had, like, the best career, but I think Katie Seagal did because she was on 2 other long-running shows, Sons of Anarchy and Futurama, even though Futurama got canceled, like, 3 or 4 times. But
Yeah, well, they're bringing it back again now.
no.
Yeah, I'm not even interested in it at this point.
No.
Like, because it doesn't have Bender.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, unless they change that at some point. Like, if it doesn't have that guy, I don't care. I'm not interested. And they're not going to get him because he's like, I'm not doing this again if you're going to cancel it.
I'm trying to look and see what John DiMaggio says so I don't misquote him.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, he is the only person.
I'll be honest with you, until the Jose video, I didn't know Katie Seagal was Leela.
Oh, really?
No. Once he said it, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that is
One
Katie
of the
Seagal.
One of the reasons that she picked voice acting after that show ended is because she was getting typecast as Peggy, and it was much easier for her to get work as a voice actress than it was live action.
I'm going to be honest, she's awesome as Leela.
Yeah, I love her.
Brings a lot of fucking like a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I guess character to that character would be the way I wanted to say it.
Yeah.
But fucking,
Life to the character, probably.
Yeah, there was a Married with Children reference that I didn't.
Yes,
get as
there
a
are.
kid,
Yeah.
Which I laughed at still because it's funny even without context.
Yeah.
But in context, it's a way funnier fucking joke. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it.
Huh. I can't find anything. He just won't do it. There's no reason. I can't find the reason. If anybody knows the reason, tweet us at Without a Straight Man. That's straight with an 8.
Yes.
All right, so we got 2 trailers on the docket.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, because we've been in the past. Now we're going to the future.
To the future.
You think so? You think we can go to the future?
I think we can jump to the future. You had the Doctor Strange trailer you wanted to show
I did.
me.
We talked about it, I think, maybe a little bit on the last one. Like, oh, I watched Adam react because we're talking about Chippendale. But, like, I don't think I actually showed you the Multiverse of Madness trailer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's very edgy.
Very edgy. Yeah, me too, bro, but they ain't making a movie about it.
I'm glad that dude's still alive.
I do like that guy.
Me too.
He's pretty cool. I wish he was in it more. Like, I want to see, like, a movie just about that guy.
Yeah. Oh, bringing Wanda into it. Wanda's alive again, I guess.
Yeah, I won't see this based on, like, that just because, like, I probably have to watch her TV show.
That's
to
my thing. Is
understand.
like,
I'm just like, nah.
Can I just get a summary of how she's back? Like,
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the visuals are really cool. I would love to get high and watch this. That's why I watched the first Doctor Strange movie.
I'm not super into the CGI shit.
That sounded like fucking Patrick Stewart.
It's possible.
Okay, never mind. I would not want to watch this high. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
I take it back.
It's sinister strange.
Yeah, no, this might be too much CGI. Even like, I'm not against CGI if it looks fine.
Yeah.
I like the colors and shit, but like, I don't know. This looks like it would lean very. What the hell? No, never mind. Nope. This is confusing.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
There's way too much context. Also, it looks like I'd have to watch that one movie that was really bad. That karate movie. I don't know the name of it.
karate movie.
Yeah, there was another Marvel movie recently that came out that
I also love how like the noises that it makes.
yeah. In case I have to cut any of that out for the YouTube.
Yeah.
Because because it's Disney, I know how Disney can fucking be.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do it for both of them just to be safe, ultimately. I guess my thoughts on that trailer we just watched. We just watched the Doctor Strange. Was it Doctor Strange?
The Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer.
First off, that fucking title. Secondly, looks fine. Looks like a Marvel movie. Like, it looks like it could probably be good. But I don't think...
But it probably won't be.
Yeah, Marvel movies can't really go past good at this point anymore, can
No.
they? Like, can there be a great Marvel movie anymore? No. The last great Marvel movie, let me think. I wouldn't even give it to Endgame. I'm sorry. I don't think Endgame was that great.
That movie has some good moments,
it does.
but it's not a great movie.
It has great moments, but it's maybe at most good.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
If you could condense, like, the first 90 minutes into, like, 45 minutes and then just give me the last hour, that's what I would prefer.
Yeah. It would be a much better movie. A much tighter movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, Infinity War seemed fine.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was like, I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan of, like, a lot of aspects of that movie. But,
I don't like the movie.
I think it's cut better than... I don't know. I have to rewatch it. I feel like it's cut better than the second one. At least it's not as long, right?
I don't know.
You you've cut it out completely.
I literally just don't care about cape shit anymore. It's just like I see that and I'm like, I like watching the trailers and making fun of it and looking to see what's going on.
I don't care about it either. I was just trying to think about the
times.
times.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no. Yeah, I just like, oh no, I don't know. I don't remember because I think they're like the same length, aren't they?
I don't know. I feel like Infinity War was shorter, but I could be wrong about that. Because that last movie was fucking longer than hell, man. It was so long. Maybe it just felt like it was super long.
That's
but
what I'm thinking. I'm looking up the two ones.
It felt like an eternity.
Oh, you're right. So Infinity War was 2 hours 30 minutes, and Endgame was 3 hours 2 minutes. You're right.
Okay.
All kudos to Adrian.
So I wouldn't say Infinity War is tighter then, but it's like a little tighter. It's like it's 30 minutes tighter.
By the time.
That last movie doesn't need to be that long. You could
so
literally
long.
have erased the
I think
first.
I think the brothers said there was like 30 more minutes that they had in it.
I'm so glad they didn't release that. Like, don't ever release that.
Like,
just let it die. Let it die. Let it die.
That's a 5.5 hour movie if you watch them back to back.
I think the best thing Marvel could do, and I know Disney kind of needs Marvel right now because like it's good. It's got to be like their only moneymaker right now, right?
Probably, yeah.
They should just stop making Marvel movies for a little bit and reboot the whole franchise.
I think so. I think that wouldn't be
why
bad.
wouldn't you do that? You have an opportunity to do that now that everyone is fucking aged out. Everyone is aged out.
Yeah, pretty much everybody's done.
Yeah, just get new actors. It's fine. You have the whole multiverse bullshit. Use that as an opportunity to reset the universe. I thought I'm be honest with you. I thought that's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And I would, because then I could just I don't care, obviously.
Yeah.
But it would have been easier for everyone to not give a shit. And then for a new generation to give a shit.
Yeah.
And then we could have just, the new cycle could have begun. And I could have at least respected that.
Yeah.
But instead, they're like, no, we want it both ways. And it's like, dude, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Not going to see it probably. I don't know. Maybe if it's on Disney Plus for free, I might check it out if I'm bored.
I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't even know if I could give it that. I wonder what the runtime is on it.
Yeah. Would really depend on that because if it's super fucking long, it's especially out of the question because I just don't care enough and all the context.
It's 2 hours right now is what it says.
Pretty standard, I guess. I don't know. It's also the context too. Like, do you have enough context to watch that movie? That's always been my issue with Marvel movies is it's set up to where you need all the other Marvel movies and we're just too many movies in at this point to ask that of people. What?
So when I Google Doctor Strange 2, it comes up with the cast.
Oh?
So Bruce Campbell's in it, which I'm sure he's like the villain or something. But what caught my attention was that Patrick Stewart is in this film.
So, okay. Can I make a prediction?
Uh-huh.
Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking?
I don't have to think.
X-Men.
He's listed as Charles Xavier.
God damn. Oh my God. Fucking first.
That's why I told you I don't have to think. It's literally right there. They didn't even bother to hide it in the
I'm
Google
gonna be honest
casting.
with you. When you were showing the trailer, I guessed that in my head. Like, oh, they're going to put Charles Xavier in this motherfucker. I was hoping I was wrong, but of course.
I never even thought that.
Yeah,
that never
no,
even crossed
I
my
did.
mind.
That was the first thought I had when I heard his voice. Well,
Was it his voice?
Yeah.
Was it Stewart's voice?
it was. I'd heard him anyway. Yeah, because I thought I made mention of it. I made a brief mention. I probably just said, like, is that Patrick Stewart?
You may have, but I was just like,
Yeah, no,
it's
you're
the weed.
good.
I blame the weed.
You're totally good. Yeah,
yeah,
no.
no.
His just real brief, you hear his voice. And immediately I'm like, okay, so they're going to bring the X-Men in. This is how they bring the X-Men in. I mean, listen, how else are you going to bring the X-Men into the fold?
I know. I have an idea.
Yeah.
I actually have a legitimate idea for this. You don't. Fuck off.
And you know what? Disney, just quit.
Yeah.
Sell all your
Fucking
properties
don't.
off.
Fucking don't.
Go back to making animated movies and
Fucking
having
don't.
a theme park and do nothing else.
I hate Gen X.
Could you just sell
This is
all
Gen
of your
X's fault.
shit? Just sell all of your shit, please.
This is Gen X's fault.
I mean, it is Gen X's fault.
Kevin Smith talked about in the 90s, oh, wouldn't it be so awesome if all the studios could collaborate together and make one big giant superhero movie?
No. It turned out. Here's the thing. The first time they did it, it was great. Every subsequent time they've done it has been fucking worse
Yeah.
and worse. Well, it's because fucking Disney bought it. Let's be honest, man. Once Disney bought Marvel, it fucking sucked. Like, I'm just being honest here. Like, if you go back and watch all of those movies, because Avengers wasn't done by Disney, right? The first one?
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was just Marvel
Yeah,
Studios.
correct.
When Marvel Studios owned it, they were good.
Yeah.
They were doing really good with them.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have loved to see the Infinity Saga done by just Marvel Studio. Unfortunately,
That's not how it works.
we live in a capitalist fucking society where no one has any goddamn spine
Not
to
to
tell
s-
big corporations to go fuck themselves.
Not to sound like an oldie, but I miss the days of collaboration and the days of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Collaboration feasts invention, not buy up everything for innovation purposes.
Yeah.
Not to have everything under one roof because then you get cheap garbage like this.
Yeah.
Like Roger Rabbit, the scene between Donald Duck and Daffy Duck on the stage, that is a great scene, and it's made even greater by the fact of why the scene had to be done that way.
Yeah.
You'll never get that now. Because
No.
one studio owns everything. What's the fun story? Oh, one studio owns everything. Isn't this a cheap piece of garbage? The end.
Yeah, they don't have to try anymore because they own everything and there's no competition for them.
Yeah.
It's fucking like, who's the competitor to Star Wars? No one.
Yeah.
Like, not Star Trek, certainly.
No.
There is no competitor. Now, I'm not saying there couldn't be, but, like, you have a long road to go to be a competitor to fucking Star Wars, and the game is definitely rigged against you. And Disney can just keep pumping out Star Wars because there are always going to be stupid motherfuckers who will just go see Star Wars because it says Star Wars in front of it, regardless of if it's good or not. And that is a problem. It's... I'm not going to say Star Wars was better when George Lucas owned it, but, like, it had more hope that it could be better, like, when it was owned by George Lucas. That's what I'm going to say. George Lucas is at least, like, it feels weird to say. He's at least somewhat creative. Like, I'm not going to say George Lucas is the, like, greatest writer or anything, but, like, he's at least somewhat of a creative person, you know?
Yeah.
He's not some, like, cold business corporation of fucking 10 billion
Yeah.
people. He's one dude.
Yeah.
Those prequel movies are more creative than those last two goddamn fucking
I would agree with that.
new sequel movies. Oh god, this is so hard. I fucking
The sequel series.
The sequels. Thank you.
It's the
sequel
prequel series, the original series, and the
I
sequel
hate
series.
it so much.
Well, this is America.
I hate America. It's no good. 0 out of 10. I don't know, man. And they own Indiana Jones now, and they have fucking chipmunks. And like, I'm surprised they haven't done a Darkwing Duck reboot yet, which really fucking surprises me.
I can only imagine there must be some kind of rights issue. Otherwise, it'd already be done. I just assume that everything is just like it's in a garbage can because they think they can't
Yeah.
make money off it, or there's a rights issue.
Or they're holding it for later.
Yeah.
Because I know Disney especially will
They
do that.
do that.
They
They
hold it.
do that.
Well, fucking Pepper Ann and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They're still holding shows back. There's a bunch of good Lloyd in Space. You know how many of us
yeah.
are waiting for goddamn Lloyd in Space? It's the only reason I give any small amount of fucks about Disney Plus is they are literally the only way you can watch certain shows because they don't fucking sell them on DVD because they're cunts. Fuck you in the Disney Vault. Open that shit up and give me Lloyd in Space.
I love you.
I hate it.
You're amazing.
I know. I am. And Disney, you're not. You're not amazing. You're bad.
There was one more trailer.
We did. Yeah.
That
Speaking of Disney, is this Pixar?
This is Disney Pixar. Okay, so you've already watched this.
Of a company that got worse after Disney fucking bought it. Pixar.
So you want me to watch this? Have you seen this?
I have seen it.
Okay.
So we're watching. This is called
Turning Red.
So if you guys want to click it on, feel free to click it on. I don't know how much this will be able to keep in because it is Disney. So just keep in mind if any of this gets cut up, I apologize. Get ready to cringe.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just but cut.
It is the most ADHD ass
I am
trailer.
I am having a hard time following it because it's just like cut. Like literally there are 3 cuts a second.
Yeah. And I have no idea like what this footage would be like in real life because of how they cut it. I have no idea if this is supposed to be like the actual like what's going on. This trailer is very strange, isn't it?
Ooh, rough. Okay, that makes sense. I know it's about periods, right? Oh! There must be millennials working there.
It's basically Brave, but reversed.
I guess it could be representative of learning
Puberty.
anything about your family, I suppose.
Any puberty-esque thing, too, I think. Right, I guess? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the part where it starts to derail from the whole period point. Am I wrong?
Okay, so is the idea that she has to like do self-care in order to get herself to turn back regular?
I think that's the idea, yeah. Regulate emotions to turn not panda. I don't know. I don't fully get
Okay, I think I do understand what it's trying to say is that like you have to learn to like self-soothe because if you have any kind of neurodivergence once you hit puberty, it's immediately more difficult once.
True.
So it's just like maybe it's more about like that. I'm very interested in how this is coming from an Asian perspective. I don't know if I should really touch on that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's a certain vibe here.
Yeah.
I suppose the argument could be like maybe please stop doing that. I guess the main argument would be like don't turn it into a metaphor. It can just be a story, which is an argument to make. But however, that'd be much easier if they weren't hitting me with a big club every time they made a movie.
Yeah, also, can we talk about the fact that Disney can't fucking help themselves but sell it in the marketing?
Yeah.
They are selling this as a period movie. Am I wrong about that? Like, that's happening.
I feel like it's a puberty movie for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like they picked because girl,
Yeah.
red, puberty. Yeah, I'm thinking that the responsibility is of puberty.
They're going to sell it and try to get the credit for it.
Probably.
So, fuck them. No, what I mean is, like, I can criticize Disney for this because Disney's going to try to take credit for the messaging they're doing.
Yeah.
So everyone gets to criticize. I get really annoyed. And I'm sure you do too. Of this whole, well, you can't criticize kid media.
Oh, yeah.
Now, first off, I can criticize whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I can criticize a box of goddamn cereal if I want to by the colors on the box, which I have and will continue to do.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Fruity Pebbles. Your red is wrong. So, I just think that, like, this we hold kid movies up very highly for some reason because it's like, well, they're for kids. Well, I want good shit for kids because those stupid little fuckers got to take fucking care of this shit one day. Just like I have to currently fucking eventually take care of this shit one day.
Yeah, you shouldn't have low standards for kids' media because here's the deal. Every kid could have perfect parents, but at the end of the day, you're not just the parenting of your parents. It's also the media you consume, what age you consume it at, what your emotional maturity, what your all levels of maturity. I don't want to go. I don't know what all the different levels are, but all levels of maturity. You don't know where a kid's at. Like it's just like I don't want to say that you need to be walking around making like all this altruistic art, but maybe when you're checking all the final gates before you put something out, maybe ask yourself, is this helping or is this hurting? What if somebody does see this at a young age? Does it?
Especially when you're making it for a child audience. When that is your intended target audience.
Yeah.
Maybe ask that question. Maybe just think about it for 5 minutes. Because I'm going to be honest, Pixar has not been doing great in that department lately. They clearly have an idea that is good in theory,
Yeah.
but like their execution of these ideas lately has been fucking terrible.
I feel like since Inside Out, they haven't done good, and I feel like Inside Out is still an edge case. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. So
Yeah, I like it. I gotta rewatch it honestly because it's been a minute. I had two phases with it. When I first saw it, I really liked it, and then I watched it again and I didn't like it, and then like thinking back on it, I'm like, well, I don't hate it, so I gotta rewatch it to see how I feel about it a third time and see if like you know.
I've seen it a bunch, and I think it's pretty all right.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, but I think that it's pretty all right.
Yeah, I don't remember it being like offensive at all.
No.
Except for like how convenient the islands fall.
Yes, correct.
That's like the only.
Yeah, some of the plot conveniences are a little. I feel like that's the last movie that Pixar like really gets away with it, at least in my mind. Maybe other people would argue
and
that,
you know,
but like
spoilers, but them killing Bing Bong, it's just inexcusable.
Yeah.
Hashtag inexcusable. Hashtag bring back Bing Bong. Listen, I saw that shit coming. And it still was like a punch in the gut. It wasn't fair.
It was pretty tough.
If it's not, it's part of the reason I haven't rewatched it because now I'm on estrogen and I'm like, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, have you not watched it since estrogen?
No.
It's gonna destroy you.
I know it is. That's
like
why
I
haven't
went.
yet.
I went and saw that like the Tuesday after it had come out, like at 10 a.m. And like I was the only adult person. I was probably in like my early 20s. Yeah, probably like 22 or 23.
You're like in there with like grandmothers and their like grandchildren mostly because I've been at that time slot.
Yeah, and
before.
I'm just in the corner like weeping. Like and it's so bad that like I am making like small noises because it's just like it's too much for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like everybody's gonna think they're gonna fuck it. I'm gonna be on a list. I'm on so many lists for doing like completely normal,
mostly
but
buying movies.
sussy, yeah, like buying movies, going to movie. It's usually movie related.
Yeah,
it's usually movie related.
One thing I do miss
completely
about,
innocent, but look sussy from the outside.
Yeah, one thing I miss about going to the theater, and I guess in theory, if I wanted to go, 10 o'clock would be the only time to go to a theater nowadays.
Yeah.
Is I did like going to the morning matinees. Is that what they're called?
I guess I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. Basically, you get a discount. That's the point here. Is you get a discount if you go early.
On Tuesdays, it used to be $5 before noon,
great.
so I would always go see new movies
Same.
on Tuesday.
Same.
Yeah.
There'd always be like an early showing, usually like
Yep.
at like 10:20. Sometimes, fucking depending on the theater, you get it even a little earlier than that.
Yes.
And it was awesome. There would only be at most, depending on the movie, like one other person in there.
Yeah.
Or like a grandmother with a grandchild, just to get the grandchild to shut the fuck up. Oh man, you could always tell too when that was the case.
Yeah.
You could just see how exhausted the grandparent looked. I went and saw Sausage Party at like fucking 10 a.m.
Oh Lord.
And it was, first off, that movie. I'm not gonna say.
I've never seen that movie.
I don't think you would like it. I think it would be an interesting experience for you, but I also think you would be horrified by that movie. So I don't know if I could ever recommend that movie to you.
It just seemed too on the nose for me.
A bit.
And it was just like.
It's a bit much.
Also at the time, like. That guy from that job who was sexually harassing me,
Yeah.
he's like, I saw it and it was brilliant. And I'm like, cool, so never see it.
So definitely it's not brilliant. It's
Oh,
funny.
he also thought that The Last Jedi was the best Star Wars
That
movie.
stupid
So
motherfucker, of course.
and he took
did.
every opportunity to tell me that he thought it so.
No more proof needed of what a piece of shit he is. Even though there was like literally files on top of files of evidence. Lou.
Why is all media bad now?
Literally, it's garbage. If you guys have any good recommendations for media, feel free to send it to us. Like, we're free to, we're happy to take a look. But like, there's a reason we stopped watching new media and like reviewing it because it's mostly garbage now. At least the mainstream shit. Like, I mean, in theory, I guess we could, if there were shows or something that were good, we could talk about it. But like, I don't even know of any really good shows out currently.
Yeah, not currently.
No, like maybe when
I'm sure there are, but
yeah, maybe when Sex Education comes back out, because even we're kind of iffy on Umbrella Academy. I gotta
Yeah.
rewatch season fucking 2.
Go
again.
for it.
Yeah,
I didn't make it through a second
yeah.
rewatch.
I
of it.
rewatched for the first one. And
Yeah, it's fine.
I like it. There are parts of it I don't like.
I like it less with each viewing.
That's fair.
It's a fun experience to
Yeah.
watch 1 or 2 times, but I feel like
Well, I think it does
Yeah.
lose value on rewatches. I
Yeah.
think it's one of those that's a really good one-time viewing, but once you know the what's the word I'm looking for? Once you know the mystery, I guess.
Yeah, once you know where it's going, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. It kind of loses it. It's really just about the characters at that point. And in season 1 especially, the only strong character is 5.
Klaus.
Klaus.
Yeah, 5 and Klaus.
Which, like, I'll keep watching for them. But I hope they get better plots besides End of World coming again. Like, I don't mind that as a framing device, but, like,
You know, Adrian.
Yes.
You know what would probably make all of the movies and all of the shows better? If they had a point of view without a straight man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.